A class that I recommend for all continents, like PvP and PvE, and dungeons and whatever. You mean that type of class? Do you want to play DPS or do you want to play support? Do you want to be ranged or melee? I have to say, all DPS classes has great potential, no matter what continent they are, if they're PvPing or if they are PvEing. If you want to have the most damage, the most possible damage, then the Berserker or the Sorcerer, no doubt. Those two are insane in damage, pure DPS in PvE. Sorcerer and Berserker. But the other classes like the Archer, the Warrior, the Slayer, they are also very good DPS classes. But they also give like debuffs to the targets as well. It is pretty balanced, I have to say. You have to like see which class looks the most interesting to you, and then you pick that class. Because the worst thing you could do is actually pick a class that you think is best and then you don't enjoy the class. That's gonna be game breaking for you.
What the fuck? I
Able
only have the weapon skins for Warrior and Lancer, and I didn't even have a Lancer at all in any of my servers.
What do you mean with solo? Do you mean like solo BAMs or so? Depends on what you want to solo. The archers are really.
Literally mount up at level 1. Are you kidding me?
The damage of the Sorcerer is insane. You could solo some BAMs, maybe not all of them, because all BAMs are not easy to kite. As a Sorcerer, you will be kiting a lot. But yeah, the Sorcerer is like an AoE ranged class. They have insane AoE damage to all. Wait, your mic, Boots. They have insane AoE damage. The Archer, one of my favorite playstyles, because I really enjoy the skills of the Archer. I love the piercing shots, etc., which is also an AoE ability. But it's a very dynamic class, which has a lot of different. How should I put it? You play it very dependent on the situation. Maybe you understand me. As for the Warrior, it's a very, very mobile class. And it's the only class that can be either DPS or tank for dungeons, which is an awesome feature for the Warrior. The Warrior might not have as good DPS as maybe the Sorcerer or the Berserker, but it also debuffs the bosses, which increases the damage of every other class in your group, which is an awesome skill as well. And like I said, it's very mobile, it has great survivability and move around a lot. The Slayer, one of the strongest, if not the strongest, one-on-one class. Has pretty good survivability as well, with dodge and roll around. Oh, it's the same thing, but sprint and stuff like that, and knockdown skills and whatnot, which is also very good in PvP. But they're also very strong in PvE when they get to stand in the back of the mob and just do insane damage. But the I would say this warrior and Slayer are more of one target DPS class. They can do insane damage to one target. Sure, they have AoE abilities, but their main focus, where they do the best damage, is to one single, like one boss or whatever. The archer is pretty much the same thing, because a lot of the archer's damage comes from his poison arrow, which is kind of a dot, which you want to keep stacked up to 3 times on the boss. The Berserker, which I'm playing now, is a really strong class. It's either the top DPS or the second top DPS, in my opinion, anyways. Great AoE abilities. It's a late bloomer though, when it comes to PvP. At the moment, I'm level 34, and my class is still not strong in PvP. Maybe in group PvP, but solo PvP it's a very weak class compared to like Slayer or maybe Archer and Sorcerer. It's very hard for me. I don't even have dash yet. I can't catch up with players that are running away or kiting me, for that matter. I don't know if I missed any DPS class. I don't think so. And I think I answered your question too about the warrior there. You were split between the warrior and the sorcerer. Yeah, well, if you like to be able to tank on occasions or DPS on occasions, then warrior is an awesome class. And if you like really fast gameplay like a rogue, then yeah, then the warrior. If you like to see high numbers, bursts, and awesome AoE, then the sorcerer. But generally, all classes are balanced. Some classes are more fitted for some scenarios, others are more fitted for other scenarios, but they're all, in general, pretty balanced. Yeah, it's the good thing with the warrior is that he can be either DPS or a tank, and you can like switch whenever you like. Sure, you'll buy glyphs, and glyph is your type of speccing your character, and you either spec it more to tanky or more to DPS, but all that is, you're able to change that whenever by going to the trainer. But yeah, the warrior is a very dynamic class, where you can play two roles. Yeah, see you, Utku. Thanks for watching, dude. Now, where were I in the game? I lost myself a bit.